Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the month of March 2022. This reading is intended for Aries Sun and Rising. Aries moons may also find messages here, so you may want to watch also. Cross watchers are always welcome. And if you haven't watched the collective reading, I recommend you do that. You can do it right now, or you can do it after this video. I go deeper into the collective card in that video, which is the Hermit for this month. This video zeroes in on how that energy is meant to show up and be focused on specifically for you, Aries. So we're going to jump into that. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. I'd love to hear how these energies show up in the month for you. And also I'd love to create a community amongst you guys, sharing with each other. So, and also all of this feedback, it lets YouTube know that you think my content is valuable and that you want to see more of it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into your reading. So the first thing that we're going to do, actually before we pull your focus card, I want to work with my astro dice and see what planetary influence, what house might be really important for you and what planets might be showing up, and we'll see, what might be an important focus for Aries this month. Okay, so already we've got the first house, and we've got Sagittarius, and we've got Mercury. So your first house, Aries, is Aries. It's the first house of self. Sagittarius is naturally your ninth house. And Mercury really aligns with the Hermit energy. Hermit is ruled by Virgo. So really, and this showed up a lot in the video on the collective as well, that there's a lot of things that are being brought up from the past and also, possibly the present that really need to be processed, really need to be worked out, that might be affecting your sense of self and your beliefs. Sagittarius really has to do with beliefs. So just pay attention to how these energies show up for you this month. But look at transits to your first house. Look at what house Sagittarius is in for you, what planets natally you have there and what they're doing, and then what house your Mercury is in, and what aspects or what transits are happening to your Mercury if you follow your transits for astrology. And maybe that'll give you some more information about, what's happening for you personally this month. Because it's different for all of us. Our natal charts are very personal to us. So I'm going to go ahead and pull our focus card, Aries, and see, zero in, okay, and we got it, on what this Hermit energy, what Spirit wants us to focus on. And I have decided, as far as focus cards, I'm going to go ahead and always read them in the upright, because I feel like whether they're reversed or upright, the message is pretty much the same. So especially because Aries is, the astrological wheel is naturally lined up for Aries. I can see that being in Pisces season, at the start of March, we really are in a transition time where, the sun is transiting your 12th house, where it's like things are really falling away, or, we're in the house of the unconscious and things are ready to fall away. And maybe we're understanding things that were in our subconscious differently, and things, even though this card is represented by Scorpio, it's like another water energy. But do you see how this cloak is almost like, seeing into a situation, or seeing into yourself, just like the reflective quality of the Hermit, that this is really an incubation time before, I'm an Aries sun, we are rebirthed into our new astrological season where, it's our solar birthday. So really is a time for laying things down, that are not meant to go forward, be carried forward for us in this new astrological year. And especially, the Ostara is coming up, the spring equinox, where, things are being rebirthed, after the harsh, death of winter, where things have been frozen over, things have been, just hibernating. It's like, what ways are you ready to throw away, or dispose of things that are no longer, serving a purpose in your life, because, manifestation is great. We talk about that all the time in the spiritual community, but we can't constantly be manifesting more and more and more into our lives without disposing of the old, right? Otherwise, we're just spiritually, hoarding things, which, that's not a knock on people who have, issues with hoarding. That's just saying that, we're meant to clear out space to make, clear out old things to make space for the new. So that's kind of where Aries is this month. So let's pull a frequency card to kind of get some more information about how these two energies are bridging together for Aries. Okay, one card for Aries. How is death? What frequency are we meant to embody? Okay. We got the frequency of discernment. Okay, and this is card 20, which consequently, death is ruled by Scorpio. 20 corresponds with judgment, which is ruled by Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio. So the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, letting go. Detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom with the Hermit. Like we've learned a lot, we've integrated a lot of lessons, and it's like we are much wiser. We have good judgment. Discernment is another way to describe judgment. So that is very aligned, and it's like, what ways are we being rebirthed into a new sense of wisdom from the experiences that we have had before? What beliefs are we ready to throw away, or what beliefs have we acquired, with this Mercury Sagittarius energy, and what beliefs about ourselves with this first house. So really, really beautiful, Aries. So the next cards that I'm going to pull for you, let me put these dice to the side. This deck are some chakra cards. Sorry. That might give us a little bit more clarification about this month and our focus as Aries Sun, Aries Rising, Aries Moon. Oh, look at that creativity. Okay, so we might be working on some new things, and the way that we create might, have gone through a transformation. All right, so let's pull one more. Let's see what else. What other chakra focus is there for Aries for March? Okay, and look at that. All right, this is corresponding with the root chakra, physical body. Okay, so a little bit of a physical transformation as well. Maybe judgment as far as, what you take into your body, what feels good to consume, what kind of movement feels good to you. What kind of rooting that feels good, but really paying attention to the sensations in your body, and maybe, letting your physical body be an avenue for judgment, for discernment, not just allow, a kind of a blending of mind-body energy, like allowing your mind to connect to the information, the body wisdom that's coming through, your other energy centers. So, that's something to pay attention to for this month. So let's go ahead and jump into your tarot cards. And the first card that we're going to pull is where you are at the start of the month, Aries. So at the start of March. Okay. All right, the Emperor in reverse. This is kind of like a prep session for our solar season, okay? Because the Emperor is ruled by Aries. Here we are in the reverse. It's like we're not quite setting our foundation. And look at this, the Emperor and the Death card are pairs in the major arcana. 13 reduces down to 4. So in this transformational energy, we're really trying to set our foundation. So maybe this death process is a starting point that, you know, we're trying to hit our mark in, you know, in the process of, you know, getting going at the beginning of March. But if you watch the collective video, you know, there is a lot of difficulty, a lot of difficult energy. You know, we're dealing with mercurial energy, and then also Pisces, which is Neptunian energy, which makes us feel kind of foggy, and it can be hard, you know, to discern, you know, what is the right thing to do? What should I be? You know, it's great for creativity, but, you know, should I be putting more of my energy elsewhere into, you know, setting a foundation for physical health, or, you know, what have you, whatever that is. Let me pull a clarifier for this Emperor in reverse card. Let's get a little bit more information for Aries about what this Emperor in reverse means for the month of March. Okay, the Lovers. Okay, so maybe this has something to do with, as well, we're in a Lover's year. So trying to set a foundation for, especially when I see this orange here, you know, and we're using our discernment. Pisces, you know, is ruled by Neptune. It's a higher octave of Venus, and we're in a year that's ruled by Venus. It's like almost like we're trying to set ourselves up for inviting more love into our lives, and that doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, you know, any kind of friendship, more community, any kind of love that makes us feel like we are, you know, part of something bigger than ourselves, right? Because Aries is number one, you know, in the order of the zodiac. So, you know, as pioneers, as trailblazers, a lot of times, you know, we are wanting to be first, and a lot of times that can separate us if we don't slow down, use discernment of like, let's see, the way that we view the people around us and our place of inner balance. Like if we're not balanced and we're detached, you know, we might be separating ourselves from, you know, genuine connections. And that's very important for us. It's important for everyone. You know, as human beings, we are social creatures. We need each other. So very important. This Emperor in reverse is showing up to say, you know, that foundation that you want to set is to be in line with this Lover's year, which is ruled by Gemini. Another card, you know, another sign that's ruled by Mercury, you know, that governs communication and really is relatable. It's the twins. So it's really finding, you know, a counterpart that vibes with you, whether it's a group of people or a significant other or a really important friendship, you know, but, and then very well with this Emperor Aries energy, like the relationship you have with yourself with this first house. So, you know, there's a lot of ways that can be showing up for you this month, but really taking time, you know, using your judgment and, you know, really thinking about the ways that you can transform the ways that you think about your relationship to your body, your relationships, your creativity. You know, pretty much every aspect of your life is here, you know. Okay, so the next card is a challenge that may arise this month for you. Okay, one card for Aries. Challenge that may arise for Aries this month. One card for Aries. Almost had one jump out. Let's see. Go. Okay, well, we got two here, and you know what? They both feel very on point. I'm going to take them both. So we got the Two of Wands and the Four of Cups in reverse. And what this says to me is like, okay, especially in Pisces season, like you're in a period where you really are planning the next steps. Here's another 2. 20 reduces down to 2. Relation to the High Priestess and the Fool is like an incubation period where you're really ready to take another leap into something else. You know, and the 2 of Wands is like, you know, planning the next steps, you know, of a creative project or something that you're very passionate about. Could be planning a trip. Literally, you know, there's a globe here, you know, a picture of, you know, a bus, you know, ready for travel, but it really could be anything. It could be a passion project. You know, and this 4 of Cups here in the reverse tells me that there might be a little bit of resistance to the universe of making a transition. Like you might feel a little bit stuck where you are, or you might be fixed on an idea of something that you had planned for yourself that may not have worked out in the past. And it's like, do I really want to shift and change? Especially with this Virgo, you know, hermit energy. Virgos are a mutable sign, but Virgos are also very analytical, and they just, you know, once they kind of fix their idea of something, like I've made this list, I've planned this thing, like all of the logistics are in play. If something doesn't work out, it can really throw you off your balance. And that's something that I really see for you, Aries. Like, you know, this, you know, let's look at it in the upright, like this gift of, you know, something that could really, you know, set your heart, you know, be really something that you love, because cups are related to, you know, the things that really light up our heart center and, you know, give us things that, you know, are things that we really care about. It's almost like, you know, she's rejecting that and, you know, focusing in the direction of these 3 other cups that are empty. And, you know, it's like those could be 3 things that, you know, she really had her heart set on and they just didn't work out. And here it is, it's a period of planning. So it's like, it could either be that with this 4 of Cups in reverse, that you're accepting that, hey, it didn't work out. Now's the time to, you know, plan my next steps. Or it could be that, you know, you're feeling a little bit of resistance to letting this go. Different messages for different people, but I'm going to leave both of these cards here because I can really see, you know, either one. You got to, you know, tap into your energy and take it as it resonates. I'm going to reverse those. Okay. So let's move on to your next card. And the next card is how to tackle this challenge and take decisive action, you know, that will break through the challenge for March. So let's get one card for Aries. How can we break through this challenge of planning something new? That's too many cards. Let's see what this card is. Not feeling that. Too many cards came out at one time. Let's see. Okay. All right. That was it. Sorry, I'm getting all this fuzz everywhere. That's the wonderful part of having kitty cats. Okay, the moon. This is Pisces energy. And again, this is 18, which also reduces down to a 9, which is the hermit. You are getting a lot of, you know, energies that, you know, reflect each other. So there might be a need for you to kind of lean into what you don't understand, and kind of do a bit of dream work as well, is what I'm seeing. We also got the moon as a clarifier to our central energy in the collective video. The collective video. So, you know, moon energy, we're in Pisces season, you know, when this video comes out, is very present. And it's like, she is in a pose of surrender. She's not trying to fight sinking into this water, which is the subconscious. It represents the subconscious. And the moon also represents that intuition. So it's like not trying to think so logically as the hermit, you know, as Virgo would. There is a certain wisdom that you're meant to use with this hermit energy this month. That's why this card is present as our card of the month. But it's almost the wisdom that comes from, you know, the parts of us that are the wild, intuitive parts of ourselves. So that could be a way to break through kind of some of this energy where it's like you're focused on a past creative project, but there's something better out there waiting for you, because that, like, if it didn't work out, it wasn't your thing is what I'm getting, or, you know, it was meant to be bigger and better, because we're not meant to live small, or you were meant to work as a team with someone. Maybe you weren't meant to do it solitary. Like, this time is a time for introspection, but once we get to Aries season and you're blossoming, you know, living in that, you know, that energy of, you know, the spring and everything that that brings, then, you know, it might be time, you know, where you're ready to bring on someone else and not do a project that is, you know, basically you're working it out and doing it all on your own. So maybe that's why, you know, something fell through in the past, and that's could be a possibility. You see, there are two wolves in this card howling at the moon. It's very, you know, reflective of the lovers with these two geese flying. You know, do something in pairs. I can see that as well. But here, let's pull a clarifier. Okay, let's see what we got for the moon. Okay, and look, we got the Six of Wands. So this, yes, okay, that is an indication that this moon energy, like allowing yourself to be present with what you don't understand, because you do have this judgment energy present, like the frequency of discernment, that you can view the world and the people around you from a place of inner balance. So, you know, it's not meant to, you're not meant to freak out about what you don't understand. That, you know, the Six of Wands is like, see, butterflies are a symbol of transformation as well. Like the Death card, it's like it will transform you from where you might feel like you lost to here you are, you know, really winning and victorious. And again, look, the Lovers is a six. We got another Six of Wands, but you're not meant to do it by yourself. But just getting through this period is being able to sit with what you don't know. And sometimes that can be the hardest thing to do. The hardest lesson is to sit still and reflect and allow the universe to do its thing, you know, because there is a lot of wisdom that comes from stillness. When we're constantly moving all the time, there is no spaciousness for us to really allow what's in our bodies, you know, to come up and allow our higher selves to speak to us. So, you know, and this could be your higher self trying to speak to you through your dreams too, because the moon, you know, it does speak to dream work and, you know, things coming up. So again, like I said in the collective video, maybe keep a piece of paper or a notepad by your bed. And if you have some realizations, that they might be really helpful for you and lead to some really successful breakthroughs and insights. So loving that for Aries. So this last card is where we may be by the end of the month. So one card for Aries. Where may Aries be by the end of the month? Okay. Look at that. The Star. Okay. Feeling a lot more hopeful. Feeling a lot more hopeful. Like death energy, death and rebirth. Scorpio is, you know, I like the traditional and the modern rulers of astrology. Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, and, you know, Mars is the tower, which also speaks to clearing out a lot of things that are, you know, a source of stagnancy in your life. And sometimes it can be really hard to let go of that, like in this Four of Cups. You know, we want to hold on to things, whether or not, you know, it's really serving us. But here in the Star, this is like after we've been through the tower moment. And you see how she's looking up at this star, and she's almost holding this string like it's a kite and looking up to, you know, the universe, to the divine, to whatever, you know, entities that she worships, you know, her higher self as well, and understanding like I am supported. And, you know, there is a sense of renewal and hope because she survived a really difficult period in her life where it felt like, you know, she may not have known whether she could have gotten through it. And a lot of times we can't do that by ourselves, right? That's why the Lovers and the Six of Wands are present. Like, we need other people in order to really go through these underworld moments, like, you know, with Judgment, death, you know, these really, really hard times that we have in our lives. Like, we're not meant to lean on our own strength. You know, that's a really patriarchal and, you know, just really rooted in masculine, you know, toxic masculinity, that, you know, definition of strength. Real strength comes from allowing yourself to be seen, true intimacy, into me, see, you know, and allow other people to see what you're going through and help you, you know, because that, you know, that could be the thing that really is your lifeline if you're struggling. Especially this Emperor in reverse is really speaking to, you know, feeling like you really can't get your feet on solid ground, you know, because any four deals with a foundation, and it's almost like you're in quicksand and you're reaching out for somebody, and it's like, who is there for me? Who can help me? And nobody, you know, nobody can see you or hear you. It's like you're shouting into a void. So at the end of the month, like, if you're feeling like that at the beginning of March, you're on the trajectory to really be in a different space by the end of March leading into April. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the tarot cards to the side, and we're gonna pull some more oracle cards to give us a few more clarifying and grounding messages for the month. Come here, card. Some of these cards really like to stick to the table. Okay. All right, so let's see. Other messages do we have for Aries? A message for Aries. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Okay, and that really could be speaking to, you know, this Lover's energy, this Six of Wands energy, of reaching out and not being by yourself. And you know what? I was just talking about strength. Strength is a card pairing to the Star. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, I had to pick up that thread before I lost it. Like, there is a lot of pairing that is really coming out for me, you know, of vulnerability. Like, we just, in February, strength was our card where we were learning about authenticity and really allowing ourselves to be seen, you know, and being, and not just the pretty parts, like the messy parts too. The Star is, you know, a perfect pairing for that. And how healing can that be, especially if that's not something that you're used to doing, if you're used to carrying things by yourself, allowing yourself to be, you know, witnessed in some of your messiest moments could be such a healing, you know, exercise for you. So what are you waiting for? You know, don't hold back, because people want to help more than you think they do, especially if you're in the mindset of like, I have to do things by myself. You know, nobody's going to make it happen but me. It's time to transform that way of thinking, you know, with this Mercury and this number one, this first house energy. Like, it's about the self, but maybe you're meant to reach into a little bit more of that seventh house of like partnerships. Okay. So what are you waiting for? Okay, let's pull some other cards. And I really, really love this deck. It's a new one, but it has some statements and ways that you can reframe some thinking. I don't think that was it. Okay, there we go. We got one. Okay, so this is ease, massage, trigger statement. I have to make this work. Look at that. What did I say? Like, I have to make this work. I've already started. A true statement. I am at ease with life. So you're meant to be in flow. You need to ease your grip on life so that it can lead the way. There's an outcome brighter than you can imagine. So that's literally what I was saying about whatever it is that you were trying to create or what you're planning for the future. Like if something didn't work out, it was for a reason. It was because there was something better, or it doesn't even have to be that whatever it is you were working on, that it's going to be that different. It's just, it needed to be maneuvered and worked in a different way so that it would be a brighter outcome. Because like now that we're in a lover's year, it really is about partnership. It's not about, you know, this emperor energy, Aries energy, where we are, you know, taking care of number one. You know, Gemini is the first of the air signs where we're really communicating with other people. We're reaching out. So let me see. I'm going to pull another one of these because you can really call on these, you know, when you're thinking this trigger statement. I have to make this work. True statement. Turn it around. I am at ease with life. Like you don't have to put yourself in a frame of mind that really tightens you up. Like you're feeling tightness in your physical body, if you're sacral, like if you're feeling really bound up, that's some important body feedback that's telling you that like you're making things harder for yourself than you have to. And there's no shame in that. We do that, you know, as human beings. And sometimes it's good to just do a little check-in, you know, and say, you know, how can I make myself, you know, a little bit more, you know, at ease. So, okay, you got a couple and I'm going to keep them all because they all make sense for you, Aries. Okay, connection. Look at this. Connection. Lovers. Trigger statement. It's too much. True statement. I am grounded in my body, physical body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. Death and rebirth. You're letting things go. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. Okay. Shielded. Trigger statement, I'm under attack. And this is repellent. True statement, I am strong. Strength, real strength. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. Your energetic boundaries are fortified, okay? So this is something that your guides, your higher self are giving you, that repellent, like the ability to really protect yourself where, you know, you might not have been feeling that. And some of that shield may be coming through this hermit's wisdom, discernment, where it's like, no, you can't attack me. I know what this is and I'm stronger than this. If, you know, like in the collective video, someone's coming at you with, you know, some really aggressive type of energy, you know, or speaking to you in a way that is, you know, contrary to, you know, if they say that they're a friend or something like that, you already will know what that is. Okay, and confidence, trigger statement, I can't do that. True statement, I am a light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. See, creativity, you are meant to really share something. You're in an incubation period. There's a lot of things that really need to be put on the fire for you, Aries. And, you know, it'll allow you to step into your true power, you know, because Mars energy is power. Pluto is power, you know, and you've got that in spades. So let's go ahead and we're going to pull a Magic of You Oracle card. Give one. Got two more Oracle cards to pull. Sorry, they're blowing up on me here. One card for Aries. Okay. Look at this. Mosaic. Card 18, here we go again with moon energy. Let chance play its creative role in your life. Okay, like I said, we're not meant to try to control things so much. And this, you know, a mosaic is something that, you know, is a piece of art that we create. But really allowing yourself to not try to control so much of like, you know, I had my, you know, my sights set on a certain thing going a certain way. We can't always do that. You know, the Wheel of Fortune card, you know, I think about that. The wheel's always turning. We have to learn how to stay in our center because the universe, you know, is a, you know, there's a lot of chaotic energy in the universe. We have to learn how to really stay centered, even if, you know, it feels like, you know, we're being thrown curveballs left and right, which, you know, I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of that, especially if you are not trying to do too many things by yourself. If you're calling in help from spirit, from other people, experts, friends, whatever. But I'm going to pull 2 or 3 self-care cards, things that you can lean on, that your guides might want you to try this month as self-care rituals. So Dare, card 22, that's a master number, and it also reduces down to 4. So be daring. And that, you know, sometimes, you know, that means doing something bold, being, you know, getting out of your comfort zone. But I see this more as, you know, having some hope. There's a lot of the same purple energy in this card. But Dare is just like, have a little bit of fun, you know, because there's going to be a lot of heavy energy this month. Don't let it get you down, you know, because it's not forever. It's not forever. So try to find the bright spots where you can. Let's see what else. What other self-care do we have for Aries? Let's see how much space we have. I just want to make sure I'm not covering up too many cards. Okay, what other self-care for Aries? Okay, sensuality. So yeah, okay, we've got, you know, some sexy energy here. You know, Aries, I'm sorry, we are sexy, but, you know, maybe getting in touch, you know, we've got this, you know, sacral, you know, kind of reddish, you know, this is almost blending the root and the sacral energy and then the physical body. You know, I'm not sure what you're into or if you're partnered up. We don't even need partners to be able to, you know, show some sensuality, but maybe, you know, it's just putting yourself in a different, you know, kind of clothing. Again, this is card 31, reduces down to a 4. What makes you feel good? You know, is it a session of really mind-blowing sex with yourself or someone else safely, obviously, but, you know, how can you express that sensuality? It has a lot to do with creativity. And let's see. Okay. This goes back to that 2 of Wands. Here, let me pull this off to the side. 2 of Wands. That planning, make a list, you know, because if we're not meant to be actively doing anything quite yet, look, and this even says why I'm awesome. Look, and all of these statements, you know, like, I'm under attack, I have to make this work, I can't do that, you know, make yourself a list of true statements that counteract those trigger statements, you know, that really, you know, maybe other people have implanted in your head, or you've just, you know, you let yourself get down on yourself. But that's something that can really help you this month. All right. So that's all I'm seeing for you, Aries. Make sure to leave a comment letting me know what resonated for you. I really love to hear from you, and I want to make this a true community. So, you know, leave a comment. You know, maybe reply to other people's comments if they resonate with you, because I would really love for, you know, us to get talking and have conversations around what these messages mean. You know, this Lover's Year is all about community. So, and I want to thank you for your presence, your time, and your energy, because that's truly where the magic happens. And I want to thank the collective guides and angels for these wonderful messages. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with folks who could benefit from the messages. While you're at it, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. And stay safe, be gentle with yourselves, and I will see you next month, okay? Bye, Aries.